Now nearly 230 points lower on the Nifty. But let's talk about India's macros and the expectations. Remember, the RBI policy is also next week. The question is, have economists started marking down their forecast for India's GDP growth? Well, the CNBC TV 18 poll finds out that not yet. But most of them are on the verge of downgrading if the tariffs stay. There's also a big fall in the inflation forecast for the current year due to food prices and emerging global slowdown. Lata joins in with more.
Okay, well, actually, after the tariffs were announced, the logical thing was what will be the impact on GDP, and that's why I asked about 15 economists, what would it be? Actually, no one's lowered their GDP forecast. Maybe one, but hardly. In all cases, they are standing at 6.3%. That's the average I got, versus the Reserve Bank's 6.5%. But all of them are prepared for about a 20 basis point fall if the tariffs stay. So the widespread expectation is that in these 7 days itself, India may be able to negotiate something, and therefore it may not be 25. The other reason why people are not giving a new number is, what if the penalties are very, very big? So for both reasons, people are standing pat, but everyone has a downward bias to that 6.3. The expectation is if it stands at 25 percentage tariffs, then everybody will lower it closer to 6%. From the current 6.3, between 6 and 6.1%. That's the word from the economists on growth. But the surprise find was that all of them have radically cut their inflation forecast. This was coming anyway, because the June inflation came in way below expectation. Now, for the full year, the average is expected to be a ridiculous 2.9%. You know, before a month ago, when I asked them after the inflation number, they were all talking about 3.4. The Reserve Bank is standing at 3.7. So look how much the Reserve Bank has to come down if it wants to come to the street level, almost 80 basis points lower. But the reason is that as it is, food prices have been low in the month of July. The bigger point is that the disinflation that will be caused if goods can't be sold to the United States, the expectation is that there will be, we saw the copper price fall. Likewise, the expectation is that there could be a general disinflation even in non-food items in Asia. So all that, of course, is leading up to more expectations of one more cut.
Okay, all right, Lata, thanks very much. So in terms of forecasts, just sort of standing pat at this point in time, waiting and watching over the next couple of days, quite literally, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen, both on the rate and, of course, on the penalty, as Lata pointed out as well. Let's